Some people might expect to hear about specific rituals, mantras, or ceremonies to cleanse karma, so first we will discuss those and then move on to the truly effective method. For some people, rituals, mantras, and ceremonies can work, but only indirectly. Why? When someone performs a ritual or recites a mantra correctly, and if it's the right fit for them, they are primarily working with their own mind, they shift their motivation, they change their state. This creates an imprint in the mind, the result of intentional action, karma. The Buddha said, "Intention, I tell you, is karma. Intending one does karma by way of body, speech, and mind. And when the right conditions arise, the fruits of this good karma may sprout. Sentient beings are corrupted because the mind is corrupted. Sentient beings are purified because the mind is purified. Karma is an intentional action by body, speech, or mind. Results of karma may arise when the conditions are formed. In this sense, rituals are intentional actions too. So it's not the ritual action itself that produces the result, but its effect on the mind state and motivation. Nowadays, more people understand this. Also, remember, just because two things are connected doesn't always mean one caused the other. Correlation does not imply causation. For example, more sunglasses and ice cream are sold around the same time. But that doesn't mean these two things are directly linked to each other. It's because of the sun, the time of year. The same goes for various rituals and cleansing karma. It's not the ritual that improves a person, but their work with their own mind, motivation, and state. It's important to understand that mindlessly chanting a mantra on autopilot isn't particularly effective. Sitting and spinning a prayer wheel while forgetting what are you doing and why isn't very effective either. It's even less effective if you have no idea what the mantra means, what's written on the prayer wheel, or why any of it matters in the first place. Sure, these practices aren't bad, they are not worse than others, but it's better to actually practice the Buddha Dharma. Also, sometimes just being near a special, spiritually developed person can be beneficial for you, but only if you are receptive. If a person doesn't want to work on their mind, habits, or state, then even surrounding them with great masters, putting a ritual object in each hand and chanting mantras all day won't help much, maybe just a tiny bit. As a result, ritualistic approaches may only work for some people, those who truly understand what they are doing and genuinely work on their mind during these practices. For such individuals with that level of awareness, rituals and mantras do improve them. They transform their mind, elevate their being, and ultimately purify their karma. Now let's talk about the most effective way to purify karma. The Buddha said, "The Western Brahmins advocate this kind of purity. Rising early, you should stroke the earth from your bed, serve the sacred flame, revere the sun with joined palms, immerse yourself in water 3 times. But the purification in the discipline of the noble ones is something else entirely. When a person gives up killing living creatures, gives up stealing, gives up sexual misconduct, they don't have sexual relations with a woman who has a husband or whose violation is punishable by law, gives up lying, gives up divisive speech, gives up harsh speech, gives up talking nonsense. Their words are timely, true, and meaningful. They don't envy others' possessions. They have a kind heart and loving intentions. They have the right view. There is meaning in giving and offerings. There are fruits and results of good and bad deeds. These 10 courses of skillful actions are pure and cause purity." This is the true purification of karma, to change yourself gradually but profoundly, to change your habits, your way of life. We are collections of ever-changing aggregates, a psychophysical stream. And by deliberately altering this stream through our free will, we also reshape the web of karma and the fruits it will bear. For example, suppose you once did something wrong, but if you have since changed and become a better person, the consequences of that negative karma may never take effect, or if they do, they will be far less severe. Let's examine this with a simple example. Imagine a person who drank heavily, was rude to colleagues, and occasionally stole small items at work. In time, the results of this negative karma would manifest. His drinking problems led him to more theft than arrest, and his angry coworkers testified against him. He ended up in prison, continuing a downward spiral while suffering physically, mentally, and emotionally. But there could be an alternative outcome. By changing himself, he purifies his karma. He can stop what seem like inevitable consequences. He quits drinking, becomes more friendly, stops being rude, and as a result, none of that happens. Or even if his past misdeeds are discovered, the consequences would be far less severe. Of course, this is just a simple illustration. The web of karma is incredibly complex and spans across time. We cannot see its entirety, only fragments of it, but even this partial understanding is valuable. If you ever hear someone claim they can cleanse your karma for you, remember what the Buddha said: by oneself is evil done, by oneself is one defiled, by oneself is evil left undone, by oneself is one made pure. Purity and impurity depend on oneself. No one can purify another. Yes, people undoubtedly influence each other, and this influence matters greatly. We are all interconnected, but no one can grab your hand and forcibly drag you towards purity. Improving your karma is simpler than it might seem. You only need to start and keep moving forward. And to continue on the path, you just need to see the next step ahead.